There is no question that no team in the NBA is playing as well as the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns. No, they do not have a LeBron, a Kawhi, a Giannis, a Jokic, an Embiid. You get what I'm saying, Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay. The Jazz and the Suns, though, do have the top two records in the NBA.
That's right, Mark. And these two teams do it with something called teamwork, which is something that we have too. But they do have stars, and the Suns and Jazz play, though, a lot of team ball with those stars. It's first place taking on second place in the Western Conference when the Utah Jazz take on the Phoenix Suns. The two teams play for the second time this season. The Suns defeated the Jazz 106-95 in their last matchup back in December. Phoenix will be hosting Utah, trying to prolong its 5-game home winning streak.
And for more on this Wild West shootout, Tim McMahon is here to lay down the law. And Tim, for those who were waiting for the second half swoon from the Jazz and or the Suns, it's not happening. Still the best two records in the NBA. What should we know about this big matchup today?
And obviously, these are two teams that, look, if the Jazz win this game, that's a really big step towards them claiming that top seed in the Western Conference. Whereas if the Suns win it, then that race gets really tight really soon. I think the matchup that's going to be the most fun to watch and the most impactful will be Mikal Bridges, the Suns' phenomenal, young role player, defending Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell during the Jazz's 9-game winning streak was just absolutely on fire. Better than 50% from the floor, better than 50% from three-point range. That streak ended the other night in Dallas when Donovan Mitchell really had a rough shooting night, and Bridges is the kind of long, active, smart, tough defender that could conceivably give Mitchell problems, or at least make him earn every bucket that he gets.
Tim, I wasn't necessarily an early adopter on the advanced analytics, but I'm definitely coming around for sure. And these two teams, despite what we see, which is great, obviously, and what their records are, they're also very highly ranked in the efficiency ratings. Both of them, both offense and defense, in the top 7, the only teams that are, and even higher rank when it comes to net rating. What is this telling us about this team's not only ability to get to the finish line in first place, but go deep in the playoffs?
Yeah, these two teams have definitely earned their respect this season. For the Suns, it's building on that run that they had in the bubble, obviously making a big move in the offseason to add Chris Paul, a guy who, despite never playing in the finals, is absolutely one of the best winners in the league. A proven, consistent, clutch performer, the kind of guy you want running your team. And for the Jazz, really, I think the biggest difference between the Jazz this season and last season, when they were a good team that couldn't get out of the first round, is Mike Conley is just so much more comfortable in his second year in that system. Made his first All-Star appearance, absolutely earned that appearance. And the Jazz, they aren't only winning games. I mean, they win more often than not by double figures. They have completely dominated their competition on a pretty consistent basis this season. Now, having said all that, if LeBron's healthy and Anthony Davis are healthy, will the Lakers still be the favorite in the Western Conference? Yes, but those obviously are big ifs right now.
Yeah, and we've got no serious MVP candidates on these two teams. We do have a lot of depth and some guys who are playing great. But what does that say about Monty Williams and Quinn Snyder and the job they're doing?
Yeah, both of these guys have to be in the consideration for Coach of the Year. Quinn Snyder, they've really built a system and kind of a personality of that, gotten players who really fit into that. And obviously it's paying off for them this season. And then Monty Williams, again, the job he did with a young team, really developing some young talent, getting Devin Booker to the level that he is now. Obviously, he's been productive, but now as a guy who's impacting and winning. The Suns, even after they made those moves this offseason, people thought, look, that's probably a playoff team in the Western Conference. I don't think very many people anticipated they'd be fighting for the top seed this late into the season.
And these two teams are a spectacular amount of fun to watch as well, which is why we brought you on to preview it. Tim McMahon, thanks very much.